Next up is the 20 kilometres of Amboy. It's not been used in this direction since 2007 and is an incredibly fast stretch of road with some big crests to keep an eye out for too. Amboy is our stage of the day and we are now just moments away from the off. Fans of all shapes and sizes out there this morning, and there will be no monkeying around from our rally leader. Lavala's Ford Fiesta blasts off into stage 10. We saw the Finn struggle a little on the loose gravel of Las Bajadas, and again here in Amboy it's looking quite slippery. Jari fighting to keep the car on the road through these turns and crests as he seeks to maintain a competitive pace. Peter Solberg made up some time in the previous test and is attacking this quick section really hard. Pace notes quickly rattled off by co-driver Chris Patterson as he warns of the dangers ahead. Sébastien Ogier is enjoying himself a lot more on these faster flowing stages compared to the technical roads of day one. The Frenchman has found a much better rhythm on these breathtakingly quick roads and once again is setting a searing pace. Back on the start line is Sébastien Loeb. The bad tyre choice on stage 8 aside, it has been an impressive display so far today from the world champion. Getting back in touch with the fight for the win may be unlikely, but it's not attacking. Working the suspension hard over the constant crests, and it's looking good for Loeb. With our stage simulator, we can put Seb on the road at the same time as the three men at the top of the leaderboard, and you can see he is the runaway leader in Amboy. He's well ahead after 11 kilometres. The top three not getting anywhere near his time at the moment. So in this first pass through Amboy, the championship leader really has the bit between his teeth. Keep an eye on the in-car telemetry as the Citroën Star attacks this rough, narrow section, working the brakes really hard as he sets himself up from one corner to the next. And finally a chance to stretch his legs as the road opens up ahead of him. Loeb continues his charge right through to the flying finish. He claims his second consecutive stage win. He may have amounted to climb, but with a time 6.5 seconds quicker than anyone else, Seb is beginning to close on Hirvonen.
Much quicker than anybody else. The big push is on.
Yeah. Well, that's the good opportunity in the morning. Tire mistake, but yeah, that's life. So I try to push. I know I'm too far, but we never know what happened in front, so I try.
Matt Wilson is still doing his best to close up on his teammate Mads Osberg in 6th place.
80, slight right of a crest, 50, flat right, 6 minus in long.
Oh dear, well you heard Matt there, he's picked up a puncture, and with local star Federico Villagra hot on his heels, he could be in trouble here. You can't quite see it from this angle, but it's his right rear tyre that's deflated. A chance for our featured driver to move up then. The Carlos Paz resident is getting a rousing reception again from his compatriots lining the road, and with Wilson losing around a minute driving on that flat tyre, El Coyote is up to 7th. Villagra's promotion ahead of Wilson was the only movement on the leaderboard in stage 10. Latvala did enough to keep Ogier at arm's length, while Loeb is still more than 35 seconds behind Hirvonen despite that stage win. There's still one more stage to come before service in this busy second day, the 21 kilometres of the famous Santa Rosa test. It's been a good performance so far from rally leader Latvala, despite facing the worst of the loose gravel as the first car through. The Ford Abu Dhabi driver has managed to hold off the chasing pack. In the more technical, narrow Santa Rosa, the Finn is again showing really impressive speed. Peter Solberg, though, is still hunting down the leader. Although a faulty door in here means a lot of dust gets inside the car, and it does prove extremely distracting. It could be damaging to his pursuit of Sébastien Ogier, who has already passed him to claim second this morning. Stage 11 isn't without its problems for the Frenchman as well, though. He's slightly damaged his front right wheel, and while it doesn't cost him too much time, he is a second slower than Solberg. With the two cars ahead of him struggling a bit, it provides Mikko Hirvonen an opportunity to close up. Mikko damages his suspension slightly after clipping a rock, though, so the Finn is unable to make any big gains on the drivers up front as well. One man who is having a trouble-free run in Santa Rosa is Sébastien Loeb. The world champion's charge is showing no sign of easing up, and again he knocks a big chunk out of Hirvonen's advantage. Another 9 seconds gained in here. Having already passed Matt Wilson following the Brits' puncture, meanwhile, Argentina's leading driver, Federico Villagra, has now set his sights on the 6th place of Mats Osberg. Mads is showing strong pace on this second day, though, and Federico is more than 6 seconds slower in stage 11. Loeb's third successive stage win has seen him edge even closer to Hirvonen, and ahead of them there's just under 21 seconds separating Latvala in first and Solberg in third. Further back, the damaged drive shaft has finally forced Ken Block out for the day. With 4 stages completed this morning, the crews are now on their way back to the service park in picturesque Carlos Paz, and the rally leader has a chance to reflect on a good morning's work.
As expected, being first on the road, it's not ideal. Ogier has caught you. He's only 17.8 seconds behind. Is that a concern?
If I can keep going as I did the last 2 stages, then it's okay, but we should not get him any closer. If he gets closer, of course, then it starts to concern.
Petter's just 3 seconds behind. Is that a concern?
He was 10 seconds in front this morning, so it's not bad. Now we have to continue like this afternoon and see what happens.
20 seconds covers the top 3. You're an ambassador for not getting involved in tactics, but can you see it happening this afternoon?
No tactics for me, nothing at all. I will go flat out to the bitter end, and we will have some fun tomorrow. But 20 seconds is not a problem. I think it's more just to get a little bit closer today. That would be good. So you will see now this afternoon.
We're at the midway point of this second day, and the fight for the lead is finally poised. We'll be back after this break for the rest of the day 2 stages. See you again in a few minutes. Welcome back to the stunning scenery of central Argentina, where the fight for glory in round 6 is still wide open. The crews are on their way south for the afternoon loop, and this could be a critical 4 stages ahead for the drivers hoping to push on for victory. Any one of the top 3 could still realistically take the win, but for the moment it's Latvala who lies in pole position. In this second run through the new mixed surface, Las Harias has the tyre shredding tarmac to negotiate, and Latvala's teammate Mikko Hirvonen still can't get to grips with the increasingly slippery asphalt. Using a car set up for gravel on this surface is a real challenge, but Mikko, more than the others, is really struggling to match the pace of his rivals. Sébastien Loeb, though, is a lot happier with his run through Las Harias than he was in the first pass when he made a mistake by opting for used tyres. He can't match the stunning speed shown by his teammate in here, but again, the world champion makes a sizable impact on the gap to Mikko. Moving on to stage 13, and there is a late disaster for the rally leader. Out of sight of our cameras, damaged suspension sees Latvala drop a lot of time. First sign of problems for the leader then, and a real opportunity now for Petter Solberg and Sébastien Ogier.
100, keep right over crest, 60, slight left half low.
Solberg is the first car through.
Over crest, 5 right plus, tight 4 minus, tight over crest.
And he makes up a massive 17.8 seconds on Latvala. But it is Ogier who could have the most to gain. The Frenchman started the stage just 10.5 seconds behind, so he has a real chance to move into the lead here. And he's really got the hammer down towards the finish. That is another great drive from Ogier with Latvala falling away. It is Sebastian who charges into the lead of the rally for the first time. Absolute heartbreak, though, for the rally leader after such a fine run. Latvala still has 2 stages to get through before he can get that suspension repaired properly. He'll make what repairs he can in the road section, but with very limited spare parts at their disposal, there's only so much they can do. Ogier is the new leader, and Latvala faces a race against the clock to get to the next stage with that broken suspension. From looking a good bet for victory, suddenly he's in real trouble. Well, after emergency repairs, Latvala has made it, but this has been an absolute disaster for the former leader. The Fiesta limps away into the stage, but not long after, they are forced to pull over for the day. Aware that one of his rivals is in trouble, Petter Solberg is immediately setting an impressive pace in the second pass through Amboy. And moving on now to the day's final stage.
5 left plus half long tights over crest 40, 6 right plus opens to keep left over crest, 2 right tights, 1 plus double tights. Opens half long, keep it over crest.
And there's a problem for Petter now too. His power steering has failed at the worst possible moment. It is incredibly hard work to keep the car on the road, and from fighting for the lead, Petter is now hemorrhaging time. It's a devastating blow for the former world champion too. He's lost over a minute. Incredible scenes. The rally has been turned on its head from a 3-way fight for the lead. Suddenly, Sebastian Ogier could find himself with a very healthy advantage out front. While his rivals have hit problems, the Frenchman has stormed through the Argentine pampas with a lead of more than 40 seconds following Solberg's late drama. This rally is now Ogier's to lose.
You are way in the lead of this rally now with the problems of Petter.
Yeah, what happened to Petter?
Power steering.
It's shame for him, but I pushed like I can this afternoon. I think we had a very good rhythm, and I'm very happy with my day.
Mikko Hirvonen should also benefit from Solberg's broken power steering. With his teammates out of action, Mikko is now the leading Ford man, and while it's not been an easy day for him, the Finn is now in the runner-up spot. At the start of the day, Sebastian Loeb looked unlikely to get near the podium positions, but Solberg has lost so much time that the world champion will also move ahead. And with another fastest time to finish the day, Seb is also just 4 seconds behind Hirvonen's second spot. Quite an afternoon for the Citroën boys. It's been a brutal finish today too then, but our featured driver Federico Villagra has made it through the worst his home event could throw at him. He's up to 6th place following Latvala's retirement, and the fans love it. Well, what a difference a stage makes. Ogier will take a commanding lead of almost 44 seconds into the final overnight break, and Hirvonen has Loeb just 4 seconds behind him in 3rd. A dramatic finish to the second day. Ogier looks comfortable, but with a 48-kilometre monster stage to come on day 3, anything could still happen. Keep an eye on the outcome in Argentina live on WRC.com, and make sure you join us again tomorrow for all the best action from the final day.